So Neil, thanks for having us along here. New clubhouse.
Yes, thank you, Hamish. It's great to show people it. You know, we're very proud of it. It's been a long time in the works to get the new clubhouse. You know, physically we've only been building for 2 years.
Okay.
But it's been in the planning stages and the discussion with the members of the club in people's minds for more than 30 years.
Is that right?
So being a members club, sometimes the wheels turn slowly.
For sure.
But the club's in the last 10, 15 years, the club has really come on in leaps and bounds about what it is as a business.
Yeah.
It's still retained its club atmosphere, but we've become very popular. Our championship course has become even more popular than ever was.
Yeah.
So the business side of things has gone really well. So in a position where we can do it.
Phil, thanks a lot for having us here today.
Thanks for coming.
For our Dornoch episode that I'm very excited about. Talking about links between the golf and the whisky. So we're here in the vault room where I've had some fantastic afternoons and evenings talking, sharing whisky. And as we come towards the end of 2025, exciting times with new distillery and all things Struy.
All things Struy, yeah. So we have a building warrant for a new distillery, so that's gone through all of the kind of can you build a distillery, and then the building warrant is like, you know, are your doors wide enough? Do you have the facilities required? We've got all of that. So we're currently in the tender process for the building. We have water, we have water testing, we've done archaeological trenching, contaminated land survey, so we're pretty much good to go. There's a little bit of funding gap needs to be kind of filled in at this stage, but we've done really well on the fundraise considering the market that we're in, not just in whisky, but in the world in general. It's a pretty tough time to go and raise capital for anything. But we're really excited. We'll get the project off the ground. We've got it's quite unique in Scotch whisky, so it's going to be a fully off-grid distillery, powered from on-site renewable.
Okay.
That'll be able to produce around about 250,000 litres of alcohol from, if not 300,000 from on-site renewable, which is really cool. So it's going to be solar array, we're going to have thermal buffering, very high temperature heat pump, battery storage as well, and we've got a patent pending on a condenser design which will help us get to that energy usage that we require to kind of drive it right down. So it's a pretty exciting project. It's located 300 metres to the south of here, if that. So it's really not far and very close to the original distillery. So the original Dornoch will continue running. So you'll have Dornoch Distillery, kind of no holes barred, old style production, you know, so heritage grains, long fermentation, brewers yeast, open top washbacks, cut points done by cents. And then Struy will be kind of combination of more modern production combined with the lessons we've learned in old style production, so we can kind of implement some of those kind of flavour developments that we've created at Dornoch. So making sure we're looking at the yeast and we're looking at the barley varieties, trying to make sure we're having as interesting as possible distillate coming out of the Struy distillery.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mix of the old and the new, the large and the not so large.
Yeah, so it's got to be a balance between like what's commercially viable. So like Dornoch is fine, it's 12,000 litres of alcohol a year, so it's like really minuscule production. So there's always going to be a market for someone who's willing to pay, you know, it's £100 for a bottle, it's not cheap, but if you think about how it's produced and the inputs, then it is actually reasonable value. So Struy will be kind of the lessons we've learned along the way at Dornoch, combined with more modern style of production, and then we're going to essentially try and create something which is kind of a really atypical Sutherland single malt whisky. So we're going to aim for that kind of, as we are in Dornoch, that kind of waxy fruity style is what we do very well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hi folks. So we're now in the bright October sunshine of Royal Dornoch Golf Club, and by sheer coincidence I bumped into fellow caddy Chris Ross. Chris also supplies some of my memorabilia and framing from my tastings as well. So just off another successful loop, Chris, as we're coming towards the end of the season.
Yep, just finished just now, so a good loop with a Canadian dude called Bob. So
okay, brilliant.
Struggled a bit out there, but it's good to get him around.
You guided him around?
I guided him around, yeah, so it was good.
Happy days, happy days.
In the glorious sunshine, as you say, for this time of year, it's
always like this in the Highlands though, Chris.
Special.
Aye,
oh yeah,
we've heard,
always like this. Don't tell everyone though.
No, by no means. So a question we ask everybody, Chris, if you could only play your caddy at one course and it wasn't Dornoch, where would that be?
So we were joking beforehand, we were saying probably the Struy, but
okay.
No, I think probably for me it would be somewhere like, I think Prestwick. Weirdly, I've only played it once, but it was really quirky, and I thought it's a course that you could only play with a caddy.
Okay.
And I just loved it, the whole experience. Just a really welcoming club as well, so yeah, it's special.
Okay, good man. And in terms of experience, how long have you caddied at Dornoch for?
On and off now so I did my first loop when I was 13. So
okay, right.
I'm a bit over 13 now, so
I was going to say 30 years ago.
On and off, just over 20 years.
Yeah, okay, brilliant.
So, yeah, I've done a couple of different careers in between.
Yeah.
Back doing it full time this summer. So.
And you enjoy it here? Get a mix of people you get up here, aye?
Brilliant. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. You get the odd difficult loop, but for the most part, it's great.
Yeah.
So.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Chris, glad we ran into you, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks
as always.
for your time.
Yeah,
cheers. So we're out in the first tee at Royal Dornoch with food and beverage manager Graham Twaddle, who I've known for many a year. So, very quick question for you, Graham. If you could only play one golf course and it wasn't Royal Dornoch, where would it be?
I think it would have to go back to the roots of my golfing, which would be my first ever round, which would be Boat of Garton.
The boat?
The boat.
Excellent.
Affectionately known when I used to play it, you played it with a 3-iron and a chainsaw. There were so many trees. But I would say that's got fond memories. As a junior, it would have to be Lanark, but no, I would stick with Boat of Garton.
Right, so for some of the viewers may not know the boat, a total contrast to links at Dornoch. Inland, loads of trees,
tight,
very tight, got to be straight off the tee, etc. Yeah,
absolutely. Everything I'm not, but that's why it's such a contrast.
Okay, so it'd be a good challenge, and again a good,
absolutely,
a good variation to Dornoch, where you're fortunate enough to play.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant, good answer.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you could only drink one whisky, which is not Dornoch Distillery, what would it be and why?
I'm going to go to my stunt bottle here. This is Lafroig 67, bottled by Cadenheads for the German market. I think it's not necessarily this liquid, but I think this style coming out of Lafroig in the mid-60s, where you've got this perfect balance of peat and sherry. It's very different to modern style Lafroig. A lot more kind of, in my opinion, elegant, much fruitier than you'd find in the modern Lafroig, and more kind of focused on kind of a balanced distillate where it's less kind of ashy and earthy and so on. So that's, for me, is just this style from this period. It's just exceptional. It's very hard to beat, and it was one of the main drivers for us to open up Dornoch Distillery.
No longer available, that bottle? If you were chasing it down in auction, what would be the damage, do you think?
A lot. 8 to 10, I would think, in that range for these kinds of things. So they have a bit of an iconic status. Certainly these mid-60s dumpy Cadenheads bottlings for in vintage Lafroigs. Exceptional liquid. Really, very
Lafroig
special.
always comes up in conversation when I'm doing whisky tastings. It's the whisky that put people off peated whisky. In some cases, they say it put them off whisky altogether.
Yeah.
Totally different from modern day expressions.
I think that's very much the modern inception of Lafroig, and I think they're doing a brilliant job, but I think it's almost like the whisky has become a little bit of a bastardization of what people thought it was. They thought it was very ashy and iodine-y and intense, but you go back to these older styles, and it's not necessarily, yes, over time you're going to lose peat in cask, and that's naturally going to happen. So if you have an older vintage Lafroig, say 1990, and it's bottled now, you will have peat is dissipated, but certainly this, as far as the style goes, these whiskies were bottled young, and the peat is elegant, it's balanced, and it's balanced with a lovely fruity distillate as well, and it's just not overwhelmingly peaty. So I think if everybody had the opportunity who said that they didn't like Lafroig to try Lafroig from the 60s, where you've got balanced peat and you've got tropical fruits, I think
might change your mind.
Definitely would change your mind.
How interesting. And the other prop you've got for us today is one of your new mystery bottles. That's been a successful little initiative.
It's done very well, So we're on to Series 3. Series 4 is heading out to California, and then we are moving to Series 5, which will be a larger batch. Hopefully get that done before December. And we've got some really, really great liquid going into Series 5. We've got Kingsbarn, we've got Harris, we've got some peated Wolfburn, some older Glengarry. So it's going to be really, really cool,
mix,
very fun. So it's gone really, really well. We did the Distillers 1 of 1 charity auction, and 4 unique bottles of mystery malt sold for £16,000. All the funds going into Youth Action Fund in Scotland, which is great. So it's all for charity.
Fantastic.
So the concept with the mystery malt is essentially everything in here is a variable input. The contents are only revealed when you break the seal and open the bottle. So the retail price is 65 quid. You could have something in there that is £65 of value, and you could have something in there that could be £200-300 worth of value. So it could be like a 30-plus-year-old whiskey, it could be a 25-year-old whiskey, like one of the newer distilleries. So the baseline value is always £65 for the consumer. So we can open this, see what we've got. So this is from Series 3, which is a really nice mix. So she'll break the seal, and this is how you do it as a consumer. So you've got the break seal there.
It's like tease and reveal.
Tease and reveal. So we have this. It's a 5-year-old lag. So this is, let's see if that focuses, the very first independent bottling of lag. It is 5 years old. It is from a first fill bourbon barrel. So what we found with the mystery malt, one of the really cool things is that it's kind of unified a lot of people in the industry, because this product for any distillery company is not really shelf competitive. You're not cannibalizing your market, so it's not like, for example, we buy a Lafroig and we bottle it as a Thompson Brothers Lafroig. It's on the shelf and it's competing against Lafroig, or it's competing against Lag on the shelf. It says Thompson Brothers Lag. Ultimately, it is blind on the shelf, so it's non-cannibalistic for the company. So it is also a free form of marketing. So, for example, if you, as a consumer, you've never heard of Lag Distillery, you've never had the whiskey from Lag, all of a sudden you now have to spend 70 cl worth of time with that distillate. So from a newer distillery perspective, it gives an opportunity to meet and engage with a new consumer who may have been, for example, shelf bias, or they may have had a bad experience with the whiskey previously, or they may have had it in an environment where they didn't get to really enjoy it in the same way. So gives the consumer gives the brand an opportunity to engage with the consumer in a really kind of interesting way that's out with the at a whiskey show, pouring it for the first time, big busy environment. You can get to know that whiskey one-on-one. So the way we work it with the newer distillery companies is we let them make the picks. So we want them to put their best foot forward to show how they would like their brand to be represented to a brand new consumer.
Brilliant. I'll need to get one of those, because that would give me gags that are a bit lagging putts, wouldn't it, for my golf whiskey fans. So yeah, you've given me inspiration.
But you need to, I don't know which one's which, so you need to go and just buy about 30 of them and open them.
Strange things have happened. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, so we've still got you, Phil.
Yep.
Because I've been a busy boy in recent months, I have not taken advantage of my Dornoch Whisky Club membership. I am the 12th man, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to get myself a wee bottle and put it behind the glass door here for sharing with future whiskey people coming here.
Yep.
So you've recommended a wee Clynelish 2004.
2004, yeah. So this is bottled for, it's 25 years. Our family have been here at Dornoch Castle, so this is 25th anniversary bottling. We've got a few more to go before the end of the year, but this was one of the highlights. We did 2 casks of Clynelish, 2001, 2004. Obviously our local distillery. Got Glenmorangie, got Bob Blair, but this is within Sutherland, so I'm usually kind of a little bit biased towards Clynelish. So can sit in the members cabinet here. So we've got about 130 Whisky Club members. They don't all have bottles in here at the moment, but you put your tag on, you can come, you can drink it when you're here, within reason, obviously. We still have a business to run, but no, it's all about kind of having this and sharing this. So you can phone us ahead, you can send an email, you can say, I've got guests coming in, they're having dinner with you. You pour them a dram out of my bottle. So that's what we wanted to do with the Whisky Club. And if you want to be my guest, let's open it up. Let's give you a wee prime spot here. I think this bottle's it's full, but we'll make some space for you in here in the middle, so you can be a small one. There we go. So
fantastic.
Let's pop you in the middle. The 12th man, Clynelish 2004. So like I said, you can give us a shout and you can ask us to pour it for your friends, or your customers, whatever you like. So quite a nice wee touch. Open it up again for me, please.
So folks, just wanted to take the opportunity while we're sitting here still in the vault room of talking about 3 of my favourite Thompson Brothers bottlings. The first one, this is no longer an active bottle, is an independent version of Royal Blacklow Distillery. This was one that actually it was Simon Thompson recommended for me when I was up here doing a tasting with some lady golfers from Travelling the Fairways. And they only wanted a 3 dram flight, my usual ones are 5. And Simon very cleverly pointed me in the direction of this, which meant I could talk about Dornoch and Nairn in the same tasting. So great bottle, limited edition, 727 bottles only. So whenever I mention Royal Blacklow,
give reference to the next little mini village hamlet along, which is Codder. And the literature fans amongst you will know that the Thane of Codder was referenced in Macbeth by Shakespeare. So in the middle of nowhere in this session, one of the ladies put her hand up and gave us a 2-minute recital from Macbeth, brought the whole tasting to a standstill. It was a one-off moment, and she commissioned me with sourcing some of the bottles to send to her over in the States. So an absolutely magic moment. Still got a couple of bottles left, and that's a feature of the whisky tastings referencing Dornoch and Nairn. Number 2, I think we mentioned in the episode on Glenmurray and Murray Golf Club. This is a Thompson Brothers cast strength version of Glenmurray. Only a little dram from this. Again, limited edition, 127 bottles only. Great dram to have. Different proposition to most of the Glenmurray official bottlings, but definitely worth having. And third but not least, this is a staple in my whisky tastings, the SRV5 8-year-old blend. I refer to it as the bourbon blend, and everybody kind of knows what I'm talking about. So light coloured whisky, doesn't mean it's poor whisky at all, it just means it's from bourbon barrels. And indeed the concept of blended whisky, some people from both sides of Atlantic don't really think they enjoy blends. I'll let them taste this without knowing it's a blend, and guess what, most people really like it. So great bang for buck, great whisky. They have a sherried blend as well in Dornoch Distillery, fantastic stuff. Usually sub £40, one of the best value propositions you'll get in today's market. Hi folks, so we're in the world famous Dornoch Distillery retail HQ, just a couple of minutes round from the distillery and hotel. So always well stocked shelves, a lot of the guys at independent bottlings, which you may have seen in auction or ballot, but maybe didn't manage to get. Always makes me smile coming in here thinking of my good friend Justin Adams from Manchester, who was dead keen to get some Thompson bottles. I was up work Monday and Thursday and given an hour and 20 minutes notice that I'll be in here, Justin, stay live on FaceTime. And when I come in, Phil and Simon were both here and gave Justin a full tour around the shelves. Brilliant experience. I think he had a good order that day, but just shows the hands-on service you get with something like Dornoch Distillery, where you can meet the owners and tour around the shelves. Very cool little memory.
We got to go ahead in 23, and here we are just at 25, and we've got a brand new clubhouse that everybody's so happy with.
No, we'll get a look round, and it looks absolutely amazing. And I guess it shows you can never rest on your laurels. There's a next level to be reached, isn't there, for the whole operation?
Again, like we said, the club's gone well. The championship course is well revered, and market forces have dictated that we keep putting the price up, and people keep paying it. So
happy days.
so while we invest heavily in the golf course and equipment and the machinery and the men and everything, the clubhouse itself is maybe falling behind the standards that you might expect of a top 10 course in the world, a club that is a Royal Golf Club. So we felt it really was time that the off-course facilities were there to match the on-course facilities, and I think it's I shouldn't be saying too much because we're here and people like you are very grateful to say how nice it is. But yeah, we're going to be very proud of this. I think everybody who's been involved has worked hard to get what it is, and I think now it's come to fruition. We're all sitting back going, yeah, we are proud of it. We are happy with it. We feel delighted that we've managed to deliver it, and the reception we're getting from the people who have seen it is, given us that sense of satisfaction, that sense it is the right job, the right time, and for the right people.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it over the months in different weather conditions, visually stunning from outside.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of inside, there's a lot going on, isn't there? I think as we get a walk around, you'll bring that to life. There's a lot of future-proofing almost in the infrastructure inside.
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think we've thought long and hard about who we are, and what we want to deliver. There's many more things we could have put into it, but I don't think that would have been our golf club.
Yeah, okay.
There's lots of things we have put into it, which is our golf club. And the things that really majored on were the historical elements. We're going to be 150 years old very soon as a golf club, and that itself has a lot to talk about. But there is lots of things to show off and tell people who we are, the events that happened, the characters that were here, the competitions we had, the various ups and downs of a golf club are all going to be displayed for people to see. And that was a big part of the design brief, was to make sure that we had space to show off. And not show off in a high level way and look how good we are. It's to show off of who we are. And that's a different aspect to it. It's not.
Well, we're in the Highlands, and where we are, it's never going to be a case being too brash, is it? I suppose, giving an ode to history and legacy and all that good stuff.
And that's the very thing. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know about the club, which coming out of the woodwork now is great to understand.
Okay.
One of the things that is really apparent to us, and you'll see that with the statue outside the front door, is that Donald Ross, who was the man that's really put Dornoch on the map by going away, was, when I first came here, it was kind of apocryphal that he kind of left under a cloud because he was leaving us. As it turns out, there was we managed to get a newspaper cutting from 1899 when he left, and it turned out there was a big party held, and they wished him well on his way, and they hoped he had great success and in the new world that America was, and they gave him a bag of sovereigns to take with him to help him get started. So it's nice to understand that, after 15 years of working here, that we do and we did feel excited for Donald.
Yeah.
And all that he's given us by going away and talking the talk and not replicating, I don't want to use that word, taking the imagination for golf course design from Dornoch and turning it into so many wonderful courses in America that followed that design theme. He's obviously a very intelligent man. He had a great eye for a golf course, and he's taken what he saw here and thought, that's good, that works. I'm going to use that theme in things that he does. And for people who have played Ross courses, they can see when they come to Dornoch just where he got his inspiration from.
Yeah. And it's very cool, so many years later now, we've got a lot of visitors from the US coming over here drawn by the Donald Ross legacy.
It is.
It's quite fitting, isn't it?
And I think if you do get the chance to go to Pinehurst and go to the Tufts Archive, which is their museum, they have almost all of Donald Ross's drawings, his letters, the plans that he put together, all the little individual whole graphics that he drew up, and it's amazing to see just what happened 100 years ago and how he had that insight to do it. I mean, a lot of the courses that Donald designed, he didn't actually visit. He got a topographical map and then said, well, this is what you want to do. They built those courses, and they're stunning golf courses. So a man with a talent that he managed to capitalise on.
The days before CGI. Slightly,
The days before many things, and it was all built by horse and cart, and yet they followed his designs, and they've made some wonderful courses. So I think we're lucky to have. He's the son of Dornoch, and Dornoch is, I think, is looking after his legacy.
Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. And apart from obviously the new clubhouse, Neil, we spent a bit of time with Phil Thompson round in the vault room, and of course really exciting things happened in the distillery as well. The new distillery, which is called the Struy.
Yep. Fantastic.
And that also links in with the Struy course alongside us here.
I think I'm delighted for the Thompson brothers, Phil and Simon. They're doing a wonderful job. Really worked hard themselves to get where they are and to deliver what they've done. I think it's tremendous, again, for the town of Dornoch to have that going on, to have its own distillery. So hats off to them and more power to them.
Yeah.
But what we've done, now that the clubhouse is here, we surveyed our members back in late 23 after this had come through to say, we're going to manage to build you a clubhouse, that's great, and what we're going to do next. It was a slightly longer question than that,
okay.
but that was
the gist of it,
what we're going to do next. And really they wanted an improved Struy course. Struy course itself is a very good one. The one people that play it love it. It comes out as a really good course. But we're known for our championship course.
Yeah.
So people come and they want to play that. When they play the Struy, they do enjoy it, but that's not the reason they're coming. So our members said we'd love a more improved Struy, a better Struy. We understand that. But they've also said, and we agree with this again, about the off-course facilities we have. We need better practice facilities.
Yeah.
We need people to warm up, we need people to practice, need coaching. Again, with the amount of green fee we're charging, the standing in the world, we don't have great practice facilities. So providing something like that to the level that we should be doing is what's coming next. So we went out to architects and we had 9 different architects made us proposals. We chose one. It happened to be an American one. That was not on purpose. That was because theirs was the best proposal
Best pitch, yeah.
in the eyes of the people around the table, and there was a huge variety of people around the table from the club. So it wasn't just one person's opinion, it was 9 different people.
Yeah, okay.
And they all said this is the one. There was not, let's create a shortlist. It was like, no, this is the one and only, because they felt it was such a good proposal. So innovative, so different from the rest. The other 8 were all variations on a theme.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas this one was something special that we felt really harnessed the brief. It really got into the imagination of what could be possible. And that's what many members have said when they've seen it. Said, can we really have all that? And I said, well, yes, we can. It's not going to be done overnight. But if you let us work at it, we can deliver all this to you in the next maybe 10 to 20 years to have all these different facilities. And what caught people's eye, as well as a much improved Struy course, which it will be, there'll be 9 brand new holes and 9 existing holes, will be a brand new golf course. There'll be a new golf course on land that is not already golf course.
Yeah.
So we're not changing anything that way. All we're doing is building on land that we purchased 25 years ago, and the clever people then had foresight to think we will do something with it. What we're doing is a brand new 18-hole golf course, which is, again, a complement to the other 2 golf courses, because the Struy and the Championship are different styles, different layouts, a different way of playing the game, and this third course, again, will be different once more. And so we feel that we're offering a variety of golf experiences of what we want to do. So by doing that, we're freeing up land to build a driving range. It'll be at least 400 yards long.
Okay, right.
Play from both ends. It'll be more than 300 yards wide, so we'll get lots of variety out there. Short game area, better putting greens, and at the end, once that's all done, we'll probably do all that first, is an 18-hole par 3 course.
Yeah.
So there's something for everybody.
Exciting times ahead. Yeah.
What I'm keen to do is to make Dornoch a destination where you can play any form of golf, whether you're young or old, and you're just a beginner, or you're experienced, or you want to get coaching, or you just want to practice, or you're going to have half an hour, then you can do it all in Dornoch.
There's something for you.
There's something here to do it, and that, again, we value our position in the town as the main attraction. Without taking that for granted, that we do drive a lot of the economy.
Yeah,
so if we can give a variety of options, you're going to get a variety of people coming. And therefore the town can grow into that and provide the facilities and the experiences in the town that the people who are coming to golf can enjoy as well, and therefore make it a destination. People stay longer. To spend more money. So looking after looking after the future of Dornoch that way is something that we take a lot of concern over and want to make sure. And as far as we can see in the conversation we had, the town is very happy with that, and they're keen for us to progress as they were with the clubhouse. They're keen to see us carry on with the rest of it. So I think we're in a good spot here. But as you can see, our work is not done.
Definitely not. Definitely not. And a question for you, Neil, that we've asked everybody on the different episodes. If you could only play one golf course and it wasn't Royal Dornoch, where would that be?
Again, it's a question I'm sure lots of people have asked before, and I've been asked it before too, and I think it's a fantastic question because it makes you think about your golfing life.
For sure.
It makes you think about all the places you have played. It makes you think about some of the places you haven't played. And I haven't played as many golf courses as some other people have. So I know there's ones out there I'd love to have played before the
bucket list.
Before the day is over, when I hopefully go upstairs and not downstairs. So, but it is a great question. Where would you like to play, or where would you play one more time? And I think sometimes it's not where you want to play; it's where you want to play with.
Okay.
And I think golf, when it comes to that stage of life, is not about the course itself. It's about the experience you have, and who you're doing it with. Because if it's your last round, you want to be enjoying it.
Absolutely.
You want to have that people around you where you know when you hold the last putt and you shake hands, that was the best experience you've had. That was the most joyful time on a golf course. And I think where you play is not quite so important about who you're playing with. You know, and if you can match up the two, you know,
then you've got a day.
Then you've got a day out. And you know, and with that, I've met so many great people in my life. Been fortunate to play golf with some great people. But when asked the question about who would you play with, you know, the answer I gave was I'd love to play with Seve Ballesteros, because he was as I was younger growing up, he was the man.
I think for a lot of us growing up, late 70s, 80s.
Charismatic, he had everything, you know, and I only ever met him once in the passing, and it's a long story to talk about. But he left that impression that he's God when it came to golf, because he flashed that smile, gave us a quip, and off we went, and I thought, oh.
Walking on air.
Because he spoke to us for 20 seconds and he left that impression. I think as he did with everybody. He had a reputation in his professional life for being slightly difficult.
Yes,
But in his personal, you know, off the golf course, when he had that moment, he was everybody's friend. And it was great.
Get that.
You know, so the other one I'd love to play with is my father. I didn't play enough golf with my father. He was a good golfer, but we didn't play because he worked hard. That's where I've hopefully got my work ethic from, was from him. But yeah, to get a chance to play with him again, because his best, I think, was a 2 handicaps. Obviously, he can do it. He's the best putter I've ever seen. He holed him from everywhere. You know? But he was your dad, so there was a lot that you took from it, and you want to explore more of that. Dad passed away when he was only 74 and hadn't played golf for a few years before that, so we'd missed that opportunity. You know, and the fourth person would be my wife. You know, for the obvious reason that, you know, she's my wife. You know, it's a person in life that you love the most and you want to spend more time with. And she only took up golf later in life. So to have her have the experience of playing with my dad and Seve, and hopefully me, then that would make that day, because you've got all the aspects of your family life, your personal life, and hopefully your golfing life, all in the 1-4 ball. And that would be a day out to cap them all. You know, and where would you want to play? Growing up, I grew up in Fortos, so I'd like to play there. You know, whereas I like to play in a golf course that I really enjoy playing because it stretches your game, and not enough people play it, is the old course at Lossiemouth, Murray Golf Club. You know, I think that's the most fantastic links golf course. Long par 4s, short par 4s, left to right, right to left.
Also featured in a different episode we're doing in the series, actually.
There you go. I'm glad I got that right. But to me, it asks everything, and it's got you've got to play well to score well. It's one of those great golf courses. And it's got the most phenomenal finishing hole. And it absolutely is. And you walk off there after playing the 18th thinking, wow, that is a good golf course, and that is a way to finish your round. So if we could play with those 4 people around that golf course, and if that was the last one, I think we would sit on the bench overlooking the 18th, back down the golf course.
We dram in hand.
We dram in hand and say, thank you to the man upstairs for giving me the life I've had with the people I've enjoyed it with.
Awesome. So Neil, we're standing at, feels like a bit of a stairway to heaven up here, or the new clubhouse.
I do hope so, Hamish. You know, we've just come in the front door, and it's a very big and quite grand entrance. So hopefully, as you walk through here, the stairway is the inviting place to come. It's a natural. It's drawing you up here. And what we've tried to do with the stairway is to use the space on the wall to start your experience of who Royal Dornoch is, where we've come from, and who the people in the journey are. And there's lots of different things going on up the wall here. We've tried to make it different, as you can see. We've tried to make it interactive with the moving displays. But also the opportunity is here. We've made the stair extra wide because we know people are going to stop and look and point and ask. So that we want to, there will be traffic going back and forth, but having the opportunity to stand and look and take it all in. Each picture will have a legend, so you can look at the bridges or look at the people or look at the display and understand what it is. I mean, 150 years old is quite a long time, and there's a lot of history being created, a lot being generated, and a lot to understand. I mean, none of us will ever get it all, but we hopefully through the snapshot here of the wall, and again on the second stair with the same thing. So the people we've employed to make it an exhibition really are talented at what they do. It could be easy just to stick pictures on the wall and leave it at that, but no, they made it as interactive and as exciting as they can be. By the way, done it. Some are stuck straight to the wall, some are coming out the wall. You know, some are well framed, some don't have frames. It's that variety.
Everyone's different,
that draws your eye to something new.
You
know, if it was all consistent, you probably wouldn't stop as much. But the fact it's all there, you can really do it. So, and as you come to the top of the stairs, you see our main feature, our biggest event, our biggest trophy, one of the biggest parts of our history. It's our Carnegie Shield. And the Carnegie Shield is front and centre for everybody that gets in. So we've tried to make space around the display cabinet, space that people can come and enjoy it. What we've done is we've taken the Carnegie Shield, which was made for us in 1901 by Andrew Carnegie. It was presented to us for our annual tournament. And what it was, it's one of the most intricate pieces of silver work that you'll ever see in the world today. Why we say that is because what our designers have done, they've taken the highest resolution camera you can and gone in and taken minute detailed photographs of every part of the shield. And what we've done is blown these up and put them on display on the screens. So as we can see, there's a horse coming through. You can see the horse's name. You can see the horse's nostrils.
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
You can see even round its hoof the little bit of skin and bone and fur and everything. And it's like, wow. But when you look at the shield in the naked eye, you cannot make out any of that.
No.
So what we all marvel at now is the skill of the silversmith back then, with the tools he had to work with. You know, the little magnifying glass obviously had to go and pick it out. But to have the talent, the patience, and just the interest to put that much detail into something as like this, you know, you go, wow, these people were, you know, had so much talent that I don't think we can appreciate it until now.
True craftsmanship and a labour of love, isn't it?
Yeah,
going back,
because we've had the
days,
shield for 120 odd years now, and nobody's ever said, wow, do you see how much detail it is? They've just looked and gone, that's beautiful. But I think we're giving many more people the opportunity to appreciate it, to understand it and really feel for what it is, and really take a bit more home with them to say, look, you know, the Carnegie Shield is not just a tournament, it's not just a trophy, it's part of Dornoch's history. And because it is really showing Skibo Castle, it's showing the cathedral, it's showing the castle, it's showing so much more of Dornoch than just a golf tournament. It really is bringing home to you what can happen, what has happened, and what it meant to them 120 years ago. I think it's the most fascinating thing that the designers have done to give us this opportunity to really enjoy the Carnegie Shield in a completely different way.
It's almost a renaissance of the shield, isn't it? Bringing it to life again.
Absolutely, Hamish. I think, you know, I haven't looked at the full video, and every time I come in, there's a different picture. And I stand and stare at it. And I think the speed that the pictures run through makes you want to stay and do more of it, because looking at the houses we're looking at now and just looking at the Andrew Carnegie's monogram, and I think, wow, these things are just amazing.
So finishing up a great day at Royal Dornoch. Neil, we've got a wee dram for you here of the non-peated variety. I know that's your style.
Thank you, Hamish.
A wee 22-year-old Highlander from the Thompson brothers just down the road. So, slans to yourself, sir. Thanks for showing us round, and many successes for the new clubhouse and developments at Dornoch.
Thank you very much, Hamish. It's great to have you here, and I'm glad we're topping off with a local dram. So,
absolutely.
So here's to you and
When
the
in
boys.
Dornoch. Slans one.